On the surface, they look majestic, loyal, even calm, but beneath that powerful frame lies a challenge most dog lovers aren't ready for. These are not your average pets, these are the alpha breeds, born to dominate and wired to test authority at every step. If you think love alone is enough to handle them, think again. In this intense countdown, Dogroom presents the 10 most powerful dogs that push even experienced owners to their limits. They're muscular, territorial, and driven by raw instinct. Are you strong enough to earn their respect, or will they take the lead before you even realize it? Let's dive into the dogs that demand more than just obedience, they demand dominance. Now steps in the mighty Rottweiler, a symbol of strength and self-assurance. Originally bred for herding and guarding, this breed carries a heavy load of instinctual dominance. Rottweilers are incredibly loyal, but demand structured leadership to thrive. Without clear rules, they don't just ignore commands, they challenge them. Their confidence can be mistaken for aggression if mishandled. These dogs are powerful enough to take down intruders, but need constant mental stimulation to avoid territorial outbursts. First-time owners often fail to assert authority, and that's where the Rottweiler starts writing its own rules. If they sense weakness, they'll lead instead of follow. Training needs to begin early, with firm but fair boundaries. Their energy, if not directed properly, can turn destructive. With the right guidance, they're protectors. Without it, they become unpredictable forces. Rottweilers don't ask who's boss, they test to find out. Next up is the Cane Corso, a warrior breed from Italy built like a tank with the brain of a tactician. These dogs have an intimidating presence and a territorial nature that demands respect. Cane Corsos form intense bonds with their owners but become uncontrollable if not socialized. Their protective instincts can lead them to act without warning, especially around strangers. This breed craves purpose, and boredom can make them aggressive or depressed. They don't respond to soft energy. You must show consistent, assertive leadership. With poor handling, they can dominate the household. Their strength alone is enough to overpower an adult, making control essential. They're intelligent but stubborn, always needing reinforcement. Socialization from puppyhood is critical to avoid fear-based aggression. If you're not prepared to take charge, the Cane Corso surely will. This dog doesn't just need training, it demands a handler who never flinches. Now arrives the Dogo Argentino, bred for hunting big game and fearless in every way. This muscular athlete is all drive and determination, making it a serious challenge for most homes. The Dogo doesn't take well to strangers and often requires expert-level socialization. Owners must be confident, calm, and dominant, or the dog may assert control. If not given clear boundaries, they'll push limits until chaos follows. Their energy is intense, and their prey drive is dangerously high. Leaving them unsupervised with small pets can be a mistake you won't forget. They're affectionate to their families, but don't tolerate weak leadership. Training must be consistent and assertive, or they'll tune out commands. A bored Dogo Argentino becomes a destructive machine, both mentally and physically. These dogs are not for apartments or lazy lifestyles, they need space and structure. Fail to manage them, and they manage you. Entering the scene is the Doberman Pinscher. Sleek, fast, and intimidating. But behind that sharp appearance is a mind that constantly calculates. Dobermans are incredibly smart and loyal, but also incredibly headstrong. Without proper discipline, they become anxious, reactive, and even aggressive. They don't just follow orders, they question authority. This breed will challenge a passive owner within days. Socialization is critical to avoid stranger aggression. When untrained, their energy turns into destruction or dominance. They need daily mental and physical exercise, or they spiral into unpredictable behavior. Dobermans are emotionally sensitive, yet will overpower anyone who shows uncertainty. A Doberman raised without confidence becomes unstable and dangerous. Give them structure and they're guardians. Let them lead and they'll protect no one. Now enters the Boerboel, the South African giant bred to guard remote farms against lions and intruders. This dog doesn't just look intimidating, it is. With a massive frame and a mindset hardwired for dominance, the Boerboel constantly tests boundaries. If you're not confident and firm, this breed will walk all over you literally and mentally. They require strong leadership from day one, or they'll treat you like a follower. Their protective drive is off the charts, and they make decisions fast, especially when they sense danger. Without proper control, this guardian can misinterpret guests or children as threats. Socialization is non-negotiable without it. Aggression can spiral. They bond hard with one family member and may reject outsiders completely. Training isn't a hobby with a bourbon, it's a survival plan. If neglected or bored, they can destroy property or lash out. Powerful, loyal, but always challenging, they're not a match for the faint-hearted. Now thunders in the Alaskan Malamute, a sled-pulling powerhouse with wolf-like stamina. Don't be fooled by the fluffy coat. This dog is born for work and isn't easy to tire. But with that strength comes rebellion. Malamutes are incredibly independent and often ignore commands if they don't see value in them. Without early training, they'll test every limit you set. Their prey drive makes them unsafe around smaller pets if unsocialized. These dogs demand constant exercise or become destructive out of sheer frustration. They can be vocal, stubborn, and outright defiant if they sense weakness. A lazy or distracted owner will lose control fast. Their intelligence requires creative training, not repetition. If bored, they'll dig, chew, and escape fences like professionals. With a strong leader, they shine. Without one, they dominate. Now comes the Presa Canario, the muscular guardian from the Canary Islands. This breed is alert, serious, and naturally suspicious of strangers. Without early and consistent socialization, their protective nature can become aggressive behavior. Presas are not impulsive, they think before they act, but when they act, it's powerful and fast. They require a firm handler who understands dominance-based training. First-time dog owners are often overwhelmed by their intensity. Presas bond deeply with their families, but outsiders may never be trusted. They need structured leadership, not affection alone. If left unchecked, they may become territorial and reactive. These dogs thrive with purpose, protection, agility, or guard work. Without a job, their energy turns into aggression. A well-trained Presa Canario is unstoppable, but an untrained one? Unpredictable and dangerous. Storming in now is the Tosa Inu, Japan's secretive war dog, once bred for quiet but brutal dogfights, calm and dignified on the outside, but explosive if provoked. Tosa Inus are powerful thinkers. They don't respond to shouting, only calm dominance. Owners must establish authority early or be silently overruled. They're territorial, especially around other dogs, and untrained Tosas can be deadly in conflict. This breed requires precise socialization from puppyhood. Their body language is subtle, so mistakes often come too late. Tosas are quiet, but that calm hides extreme strength. If they feel threatened, they won't bark, they'll act. They're banned in several countries due to their raw power and past use in fighting. Tosa Inos need a steady hand, not fear or confusion. Train them right, and they're majestic. Train them wrong, and you're risking chaos. And finally, we bring in the Kangal, the Turkish livestock guardian with a bite force unmatched. These dogs were bred to fight off wolves, and they still carry that fearless instinct. Kangals don't attack out of nowhere, but they act fast when they feel something's off. They're highly territorial and don't take kindly to unfamiliar people or dogs. If you can't control them, they'll make their own decisions. This breed is fiercely loyal but only respects leaders who earn it. They require early training and strong mental stimulation to prevent behavioral issues. Letting them roam unsupervised is dangerous. They're not just pets, they're protectors. Kangals can become overprotective if not socialized properly, leading to aggressive behavior toward guests or neighbors. This dog won't tolerate weakness in leadership. Handle them with authority, or don't handle them at all. Handling a powerful dog isn't about brute strength or yelling louder. It's about leadership, consistency, and understanding the primal forces at work behind those watchful eyes. These breeds were made for guarding, protecting, and sometimes fighting to the death. If their energy, drive, and intelligence aren't guided properly, they'll channel that force in destructive directions. But if you do earn their trust and respect, you don't just get a pet, you get an unbreakable bond with one of nature's fiercest protectors. That's what we do here at Dogroom. We reveal the truth behind the power. If you learned something today or discovered a breed that surprised you, smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Dogroom for more deep dives into the world of dominant, dangerous, and loyal canine warriors. Until next time, lead with strength and love with discipline.